Oh, well, hey there, intellectual Callie. I wasn't expecting you to be able to decipher the code from Monday's video, but congratulations. While King Callie and Callie the Don and Theater Callie all fight over that holy grail that's happening at the World Championship, I just thought I should get you role players, you guys, prepared for the next upcoming meta, as I think that Splight is going to be a very good contender. Those fools! While the other Callies fight over what's happening this weekend, I will be preparing my legions for Splight, and together we shall take over the world, and I shall have the Holy Grail! Oh yeah, and I think it's Workout Wednesday. Going on with ya, big dog, and it is an amazing day for Yu-Gi-Oh! I hope that your day is going phenomenal, but if it isn't, don't let what happened at the beginning of your day ruin the rest of your day. And speaking of days, this will probably ruin the rest of the format if you don't know what you're doing. The new Splight strategy coming out in Power of the Elements will be extremely ridiculous. These Splight main deck monsters allow you to special summon themselves from the hand to the side of the field while you control a level 2 or a rank 2 monster. Now, the important 4 Splight monsters also have really powerful effects, from being able to search Splight monsters, search Splight spell and trap cards, also being able to negate your opponent's spell or trap cards and negate monster effects. Bro! Then there's the Splight Extra Deck monsters. Gigantic Splight allows you to special summon a level 2 monster from your deck, while Splight Elf allows you to special summon a level 2 monster from your graveyard to your side of the field. Clearly, this deck is fairly balanced as there aren't a lot of good level 2 monsters, right? Right? Well, this deck is busted. I think it's best to show you how powerful this deck could be, as Splites have multiple 1-card starters. This time around, one Splight starter is going to be a whole combo for the deck, and I won't even use my normal summon. What Splight starter does is allows me to special summon one Splight monster from my deck to my side of the field, and since Splight Blue was special summon, this monster allows me to add a Splight monster from my deck to my hand. I'll use its effect to be able to add Splight Jet, and look, I control a level 2 monster, so I can go ahead and special summon Splight Jet, and then activate its effect to be able to get another Splight starter from my deck to my hand. From here, I'm going to go ahead and Exceed Summon into Gigantic Splight, and this guy allows me to special summon, not only special summon a level 2 monster from my deck to my side of the field, he also has some interesting interactions. The first thing is that it prevents both players from special summoning level 2 or higher monsters for the duration of the turn, meaning that my opponent can't use cards like Nibiru the Primal Being, but even if we were in a link heavy format, they wouldn't be able to special summon monsters like Fantastical Dragon Phantasme. Also, another thing to note is that if my opponent does negate this card with a card like Infinite Impermanence or Effect Veiler, provided that I did not use Splight Starter, I would not be locked into only special summoning level 2 or higher monsters, which means I can still make a monster like Divine Arsenal AA Zeus. Sometimes this could really put your opponent in a very bad bind, as I'm going to activate Gigantic Splight here, detaching one material to be able to special summon Swap Frog. Now, Swap Frog is one of the most menacing cards for this deck, as every time it is special summoned, it can send a level 2 Aqua monster from the deck to the graveyard, or Water monster. This actually causes mayhem in so many situations for this deck, as I'm going to go ahead and use both my Gigantic Splight and my Swap Frog for a link summon into Splight Elf. Now, I won't use my Ronin Tonin in graveyard, but I will use my Splight Elf to be able to special summon Swap Frog to my side of the field, and now the effect of Swap Frog will activate to be able to send another Swap Frog from the deck to the graveyard. I'll then activate in my graveyard Ronin Tonin, banishing a Swap Frog to summon itself to the side of the field, and then I will Exceed Summon with both my Frog monsters into a Totally Awesome. From here, I'll set the Splight starter to my side of the field, and then I'll end my turn. Players may think that this may be the end of the turn, but no. We have so much more. So the first thing I want to talk about is Totally Awesome's effect. We can go ahead and use its effect to be able to detach a material, to be able to special summon Dupe Frog to the side of the field. Now, players may not think that Dupe Frog is a problem in this particular situation, but it actually is. Splight Elf not only allows me to special summon a level 2 monster to my side of the field, if they control a monster, I can special summon a rank 2 like Totally Awesome back to my side of the field. Splight Elf does have a very weak attack, but you gotta attack into the Dupe Frog, which means you need to have a monster first. This means that a lot of times that I'll be able to negate the activation of 2 of my opponent's cards, steal them, and get 2 water monsters from my graveyard to my hand. But there's actually way more to this. On my opponent's turn, I can still use the effect of Splight Starter. If I need a little bit more pressure, I can special summon Splight Red to my side of the field, which allows me to tribute a monster on my side of the field when my opponent activates a monster effect to negate it. So that's right, with 1 card, we have 3 disruptions. Seriously, 3 disruptions and 4 other cards left in our hand. Well, technically 6 if we can get Totally Awesome's effect twice. But Callie, that only happens if you open Splight Starter, right? Well, this deck still has more other ridiculous 1-card combos. This time around, I'm going to be showing you guys how Swap Frog by itself is a full combo. I'm going to start off by normal summoning Swap Frog, doing normal Swap Frog things. I'm going to send Ronin Tonin from my deck to the graveyard, and then I'm actually going to link off my Swap Frog into my Solomon Great Almirage. From here, I will activate the effect of Ronin Tonin in my graveyard. I'll banish my Swap Frog to be able to summon itself to the side of the field. What exactly will I make here? Well, the ridiculous requirements of Splight monsters is insane. Splight Elf requires 2 monsters, including at least 1 link, level, or rank 2 monster. Solomon Great Almirage can be used for material as Splight Elf. I will then activate the effect of Splight Elf to be able to special summon Ronin Tonin back to my side of the field. And the next most ridiculous thing about Splight is that Gigantic Splight can use a Link monster as material for the summon of itself. So literally a Swap Frog is a 1-card combo using the effect of Gigantic Splight. I will special summon a Swap Frog back to my side of the field and then use the effect of Swap Frog to be able to send from the deck to the graveyard. I will send my last Swap Frog from the deck to the graveyard, and then I'll activate Ronnie Boy, banishing Swap Frog to summon himself to the side of the field. And I'll finish off by making both of my monsters into a Totally Awesome. And that is how 1 Swap Frog will equal a Totally Awesome plus a Dupe Frog, preventing my monsters from being attacked. But also on the following turn, Gigantic Splight can special summon again. Frog players, you can play this combo. It's actually fairly generic, it shouldn't be. But now that you've seen ridiculous 1-card combos for Splight, I bet you're wondering, what exactly is a full combo for this deck? The only thing that you need here is a Deep Sea Diva or a Nimble Beaver, literally any monster that is level 2 that can summon another level 2 to the side of the field. I personally like Nimble Beaver because it can summon nimble monsters from the graveyard to the side of the field as well as the deck, and a Splight monster like Splight Jet or Splight Blue. What we will do here is normal summon our Nimble Beaver and then activate the effect of Beaver to summon another Beaver. And then we will special summon our Splight monster, this time around Splight Jet, to be able to add from our decks to our hand and our Splight Starter. Now from here, I'm gonna go ahead and use the effect of Splight Starter immediately. I will special summon Splight Blue to my side of the field and then activate the effect of Splight Blue. Using the effect of Splight Blue, I will add a Splight Red from my deck to my hand, and on my 5th summon, guys, I am gonna special summon Splight Red. And what Splight Red does is that when my opponent activates a monster effect, I can tribute 1 level 2, link 2, or rank 2 to negate that effect. So pretty much I summoned 5 times to my side of the field just to flex on my opponent and let them know that you're gonna need something more than just a Nibiru to stop me. From here, I will use any 2 monsters for an Exceed summon into my Gigantic Splight, and then I'll use the effect of Gigantic Splight to be able to detach 1 material to be able to special summon Swap Frog to my side of the field. Of course, the effect of Swap Frog will activate here. It will send Ronin Tonin from my deck to the graveyard, and then I'll follow up by using both my Gigantic Splight and my Swap Frog for a link summon into Splight Elf. Use the effect of Splight Elf to be able to special summon Swap Frog back to your side of the field. And now the effect of Swap Frog can activate to be able to send another frog from your deck to the graveyard. From here, we can go ahead and use the effect of Ronin Tonin. There's a lot of time my opponent has to be able to just freely waste my Splight Red, which really isn't free. Go ahead and waste that monster effect if you want to, as I'll Exceed summon with both of those monsters into my Totally Awesome. From here, I can use both my Splight Jet and my Splight Blue for an Exceed summon of number 65, but there's also other options. Another option could consist of making IP Masquerena to your side of the field, which allows you to make Underworld Goddess of the Closed World with your opponent's monsters and yours, and then there's also the ability to be able to make a Nightmare Unicorn. Now that could be extremely clutch in the right situations, but in this combo we have something really dangerous. We'll go ahead and pass our turn, and I'm going to be able to show you the dynamics of this combo. Totally Awesome will be able to detach a material to be able to special summon Duke Frog to the side of the field. So as you guys know, my opponent can't attack my Splight Red. They can't attack my number 65. They can't attack my Splight Elf. I have double disruption with Totally Awesome, as well as 2 adds of water monsters from my graveyard to my hand. The ability to disrupt with Jin Blaster. Also, I can use Splight Red to tribute off these monsters to be able to negate another monster effect, and that was all done with 2 cards. If for some reason you do not believe that Splites are incredibly ridiculous right now, what if I were to tell you that this deck can pretty much search hand traps? I know, right? Searching hand traps. You never thought you'd see it, but yes, this deck can search hand traps. Now, this is a 2-card combo, and you need your level 2 monster to be able to provide a tuner. Deep Sea Diva is best for this, but I will show you how we are going to get a lot of cards banned on the next Forbidden list. We're going to start off here by normal summoning Deep Sea Diva, using its effect to be able to summon another copy of Diva from our decks to our side of the field, and then because we control level 2 monsters, we'll special summon Splight Blue. Now we'll use the effect of Splight Blue to be able to add Splight Jet from our deck to our hand. And I actually thought at one point in time you could just go ahead and get Splight Red and summon it to completely protect your combo, but there's actually a point in time where you're very vulnerable to any of the hand traps, so it's almost useless to add your Splight Red. But moving back on, we're going to go ahead and special summon Splight Jet right here, and then we will use the effect of Splight Jet to be able to add our Splight starter from our decks to our hand. From here, we're going to make one of the most ridiculous monsters that probably should have been banned a long time ago. We are going to link summon into Christian Hockley Fibrix using its effect to be able to special summon a level 3 or lower tuner. Yeah. Christian Hockley Fibrix is going to use its effect to be able to special summon Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring from our decks to our side of the field. And also because Christian Hockley Fibrix is a Link 2 monster, we can use it for an Exceed summon alongside of Splight Blue for a Gigantic Splight. Yo! Literally, Hockley Fibrix has been used for everything except for what it was intended to be used for. Please, please, somebody ban this card. We will then follow up by activating a Gigantic Splight. We will detach 1 material to special summon Swap Frog. Never would have guessed. This card seems a little bannable too. And then we'll activate Swap Frog's effect. We will send Ronin Tonin from the deck to the graveyard. Now, Swap Frog actually has another effect to be able to return monsters from the field to the hand to be able to gain an additional normal summon. We're going to go ahead and use that effect to be able to add Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. That's it. We broke the game. Ulti Ash Blossom confirmed, guys. It's gonna happen. It has to happen now. This is ridiculous. I mean, one thing that I probably should have done is activate the Splight starter. That will allow me to special summon Splight Red to protect my Gigantic Splight. You could do that, but I mean, it's still ridiculous no matter how you put it. I will use my Swap Frog and my, is it Gigantic Splight? No, I want to use my Splight Jet for a Link summon into Splight Elf. Then I will use the Splight Elf to be able to special summon my Swap Frog to my side of the field. And now Swap Frog will use its effect to be able to send another Swap Frog from the deck to the graveyard. using Ronin Totem to be able to banish Swap Frog to summon itself to the side of the field. Finally, I will end my opponent's misery by making a Totally Awesome here, which means that on my opponent's turn, I have the ability to be able to use Totally Awesome's effect to be able to special summon a Dupe Frog from my deck to my side of the field, but also my opponent can't attack into my Splight monsters. I can special summon Totally Awesome, potentially twice negate 3 cards on the field, and basically end my opponent's pitiful existence. Well, gosh golly, Callie, you definitely explained Splight and broke down how the strategy could be played. Now, of course, I'm pretty sure you're wondering how well will Splight play against, I don't know, some of the top decks. Maybe you want to see Splight in action. Go ahead and let me know down below in the comment section if that's what you want to see. But also, check out these videos if you want to see more TheCaliEffect. And then there's Master Duel Callie you should check out, as I'll catch ya on the next one.